Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason, Corey, Elgin, and Spoody.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where a punk rock band of brothers get together to talk about one of our shared loves, toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. And by little, I don't mean physically. We are giants. If this is your first time listening to or watching on YouTube, or you're new to the show at all, first of all, thank you so much for listening. But you'll also learn soon enough that we are not toy experts.
Or intelligent.
Or nice. I don't know how many times I listen back to the episodes and I'm like, that's not that person's name, or I know I messed up one a couple episodes ago. I'm like, that was a girl transformer, and I kept saying he. I'm like, I'm such an idiot.
Just use it.
I should probably do that.
They, them.
But yeah, so we're just toy enthusiasts. We're definitely going to screw things up, but man, we like talking toys. So let's introduce the band, your fellow podcast co-hosts. On lead vocals and rhythm guitar, he's our real American hero. It's Corey Canny.
That's me. I'm Corey Canny. I'm the real American hero. Yeah. I don't know if that was very loud. Hi, I'm Corey. I'm your real American hero.
Way better. On vocals and lead guitar and a true master of the universe, he's the quiet one. Elgin Harney.
Hi, insert foreign language here.
The turn
really
to the
phoning it in this week, aren't you?
Wow.
I've been sick.
Next up on the bass guitar, he's more than meets the eye. He's our Transformers guy. It's Spoody.
Hey.
Hi there, buddy.
It's been my experience that he's exactly as much as meets the eye.
It's true.
And on drums, it's me. I'm Jason. I'm here to share my love of Transformers and all things awesome. Dudes, BBTS, right? It's a pretty cool place. What does that stand for, Elgin?
Big Bad Toy Store every day. Yeah.
Oh, there's a song too? That's awesome. Corey, lay down the next verse.
Please stop.
Well, it's a really cool website that sells toys. It's awesome. And the next time you want to go there, you should use our affiliate link, bbts.cracktasticplastic.com. It takes you to the same big bad toy store you know and love. And by using our link, it helps them know that we sent you there, and that's really awesome. So change them bookmarks to bbts.cracktasticplastic.com. Mm-hmm. Man, we have a special little topic on today's show. A topic packed away behind that beautiful, colorful toy you just bought. What's that? Some fiction to go along with my toy? Some fiction to enrich the characters I'm playing with? Yes, please. We're going to be talking about pack-in comics, those comic books that come along with your favorite toys. I'm excited about that. We're also going to visit a toy store that we really should have went to.
I'm surprised we didn't.
We've driven through this town on tour numerous times, and we didn't get to go there. And now you're all like, I should have read the notes because I didn't know what you're talking about. Anyway, it's all right. We'll talk about it later. Elgin will take us there. You have no idea.
Speaking of phoning it in.
All right. You can use your phone and go to Twitter at Cracktastic Pod, and we're also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Patreon.
Tip top.
Yes.
It's a new app.
I've been working on the
brand new.
OnlyFans, but it takes forever.
What about only hands?
Well, that's what I was going to do, but
All those fun links can be found at cracktasticplastic.com. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our other sponsor, toyhacks.com, for all your repro label needs. They have an armory there where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry for your toys and stickers galore.
We should also mention, because I think it's been a while since we've actually mentioned that there is, we do a caption contest.
Yeah, every month. We give away a $5 coupon code, or is it I hear people say coupon, and
Coupon.
I'm like, come on.
I think it's coupon.
Coupon?
Some people, I think
There's a
more
$5
south.
coupon code that we give away every
Right.
month
Yeah, get that
if you
coupon
win the
code.
caption contest to any purchase at toyhacks.com.
That's right. But right now, let's talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Yes! Listen up, you fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
All right, Corey's got a little army going over there.
Cobra.
Cobra.
Yeah. After years.
Oh, it's here. Oh my God, you got it.
After years, like more than 2 years, more than 3 years of looking and hunting and trying hard to find an actual good deal on a Hiss 2 that's complete, I finally got one.
Yay!
I think I paid $30 for it.
You're kidding.
I am.
Is that good?
Oh.
No, I think I did. I think I paid about $30 for it.
Oh man, I had so much fun on tour trying to help you
Is
look
that
for
good?
one.
I know.
Though?
Yeah, well,
That's
because like all
really
the ones
good.
I saw on tour were like 75-ish.
Jeez. Yeah.
And it looks like a lot of it comes off.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot breaks.
But yeah, it's
that's
got,
in
like,
great
it opens
shape,
up
man.
and like has the. So I
Clean.
brought that and then
Can
like the
insert stuff from the
version
rear.
1 to compare like how much cooler that one is than this one.
It's so much cooler.
So much cooler because
Way
it's like
better.
it's a people carrier
You
and
could, you
twice
could
the
shove
size.
that one in that one.
yeah, you could. You
I'm
can, like,
sure there's a video of that.
probably
somewhere.
By that one and that one, I meant that one and
animal
that
noises. I don't know if anybody can see if you're not watching.
one. Yeah.
That's
He's
true.
usually.
But the
that's
thing
usually
that
how it
Elgin
works.
just did was confusing to the ones of us who saw him do it also.
But what's special about the Hiss 2?
That I like it a lot, and it's better than
Yeah.
the first one, and the back end of it opens, and
It's larger. It's a different color.
The track Viper that comes with him is much cooler than the original driver, the original Hiss Tank driver, who's didn't have any kind of code name. He's just called Hiss Tank driver.
Although the little one is still pretty cool.
He is pretty cool. He's missing his decal, but yeah. So the only thing I don't have with this is his gun. Which
Yeah, that guy's gun.
I don't. The driver Track Viper's gun. I don't super care that I don't have it. I might come across one someday, but I'm not really that worried about it because who cares?
Did
he
it
doesn't
make
need
a
a
Hiss
gun.
3?
Yeah, it's that
Oh.
blue one that
Oh, yeah.
had the that I've brought before that got re-released with the retro line.
Is this the Hiss one?
That's it is.
By that one, I mean the one I was
The
pointing
The
at.
black
black,
one.
smaller
yeah,
one.
That's the
For all you just listening.
That's the 1st
Mhm.
one. So then the other cool thing, this is a custom that I
Whoa.
did. So this is the original Cobra Adder, which I got another one of these because they're cool and it was cheap. But this is the original, and then this is This used to be the G.I. Joe Persuader, and it had like this big dumb rail gun looking cannon thing on the top, and I never bothered getting that vehicle because I thought it was stupid. But the
Looks cool, though.
the gun rack and the missile rack on the back, that's actually 3D printed by a guy, and I got it for I think that piece cost me $30.
It's badass. That
it's pretty
missile rack.
badass.
cool.
Yeah, I painted the missiles. Other than that,
That matches.
but like that vehicle in its original form, you can still buy that complete with the driver for like $30. Like I see them all the time for $30. So it's like one of the cheaper ones to get.
I don't know if you guys noticed the coolest feature.
Yeah, it's got a little.
That little
Just be
hydraulic.
careful putting that down.
Yeah, and that moves
You just
too.
push
like
it really
that-
hard, right?
Yeah.
What, the top
Yeah,
gun
like,
thing?
Yeah, it rotates. Like no, the like the missile rack
I know.
rotates like up too. There you go.
Oh, that's
Whoa,
much
yeah.
easier than the other
Yeah.
thing I just tried to twist.
Well, so that
The
thing.
thing
was-
he gets the glue back in later.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's what-
no,
Oh,
because
is this spray painted?
It does it on the one.
yeah, it is.
That's what I'm huffing from, I guess.
That was
Tonight.
actually made, like, that missile rack was actually made for the Hiss tank, though. Like, that's what he makes them for.
Oh, so you
So-
just jammed it on that thing?
Yeah. Well, I had to cut the hole out bigger so that it would actually fit. But, yeah, they
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
makes the... It makes
that so much cooler.
Yeah.
makes the his tank way fucking cooler. Also,
Let's just get 2 of them then.
well, I'm going
it
to,
does.
and he makes that version, and then like 2 other versions also. There's one that has like missile rack that goes down the side. There's one that's like it's basically the same mold as the Wolverine missile rack, so it's got like 6 missiles on each side. The dude makes really good stuff. I can't remember his name. I will look it up during the episode, and I will shout out to him later. But he does sell on Mercari and Etsy. But I'll find his username on Mercari. But this stuff, like,
And what'd that run you?
it was $30
Oh,
bucks, I think,
that's-
shipped. Like
that's
that was
great.
that was the
Not
shipped
bad.
price.
That's good.
No, for the
That's a lot of-
quality and the detail and
Yeah.
stuff, and these missiles come off and stuff. Like it's cool as hell.
Yeah.
I finally got a good alley viper.
Yay!
I'm gonna take
About
his
time.
I'm gonna take his weapons and his
Now you're a real
stuff off,
Joe
but,
fan.
like, so the thing
About
that's
time.
special about him is that neither of his elbows are cracked.
That's
Is
good.
that
Um,
possible?
I had to buy 3 alley vipers to get 2 good elbows. So I spent. Well, no, I didn't actually. I didn't actually spend that much on
don't
them.
move
They're
them.
usually
I know,
like
I'm
they're
so
usually like
stubborn.
$50
bends
ish
like
for
this?
a good one, and
Oh.
I didn't spend more than $30 on each of them. So
Oh.
so I got that one, and it had 1 good elbow, and then I found another one. I was like, oh, cool, another good elbow. Well, the second one that I bought, the other elbow, it wasn't cracked, but the piece that like actually attaches to the upper arm was for the opposite arm. So his
Dang it.
elbow bent the wrong way.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell?
You
Let
got
me
an
read-
accident.
Yeah. So it's a factory error, but it's one of those kinds of factory errors that's not like a rare money making sort of thing. Like it's not.
Darn it.
It's just a stupid error, and it pissed me off. So then I found another one, and I actually got a third one for like $12 or $15, and got the arm off of him, and then. When I was starting to maybe fiddle around with doing an elbow crack repair on one of them, I broke it completely off.
Dang it.
So
I mean, the
and then-
errors are only worth money if it's still on card,
yeah,
or if they did it a lot of times.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you would
And
have
then
just
this is the Black Major version of that Alley Viper.
you would have drove YouTube nuts doing an elbow fix on an alley viper.
I'm actually gonna change my if it works well. You can buy those UV pens, like the glue pen, like it's
Yeah.
like a
That
plastic.
sets it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get one of those and try that out on some beaters and see if I
you
can make
tell
that
it's different
work.
plastic. This
Yeah, it
major
is.
one, but
And he also his waist piece. If you look close, you can see that like his dick area is a little different color.
zoom in. camera.
I don't know if Elgin can see because it's 2 shades of red, but it's also a little shinier.
Looks all the same to me.
But when I got that, like the crotch piece, there was like this huge gap.
It
where
does
the,
look a little like discolored or something.
yeah, and a little shinier from the Sharpie.
Yeah.
When I got
Shiny
that
dick.
thing, the gap, there's like this huge gap between his like where his taint should be. Like there's this huge gap, so the legs were just like flopping around, and there was nothing to do about it. So I actually took a pair of needle nose pliers and broke the crotch off of that thing, and then like set it where I wanted it and glued it, and then like rebuilt the material here with super glue and baking soda, and then like kind of sanded it down, and then because it was super glue and baking soda, it takes ink really really well. So I got the closest matching red. That I could find, red Sharpie that I can find, and just colored it. And like, if I don't point it out, you can't tell.
no, I
Yeah.
certainly
You
did.
could almost think
first
it's
time
like
around.
it's almost part of his camouflage or
Yeah.
something, you know.
And then this is definitely there's been a lot more stuff that I've gotten recently, but this is
I'm excited for this one.
this is
I hear there's a story.
Story time
there's
with
a little bit
Corey.
of a story. So this is Tiger Force Duke. He's complete. He's in good shape. He's got elbow cracks. The green plastic for some reason, like either discolors really bad or elbows crack, whatever. Wild Bill is another one. So my fix for them is going to be to buy some DJ figures that also use the exact same color green plastic, but his didn't discolor for some reason. So I'm going to be like drilling out rivets and popping arms apart and replacing them with DJ elbows so that all the colors match. At some point, there'll be some surgery. But okay, so the
yeah,
story that I feel a little guilty about.
A little.
I don't feel that guilty, but I feel a little guilty. But I have been looking for a reasonably priced Tiger Force Duke for months, and he's like, people are asking like $25 just for the figure, and like $50 to $60 for a
He's got the
complete one.
wonky eye.
Well, yeah, that's just,
Well, it could
that's
be
just
the
his
helmet.
face.
His left eye is lower than the other.
It is a little bit, yeah.
That's just Duke's face.
Yeah,
the
but
Forrest
it's way
Whitaker.
worse on the
Yeah.
it's way worse on the Hasbro Pulse one. So I've been looking for one of these, and yeah, they're like, people are asking like $50 to $60 for him complete, and I was like, man, I don't want to pay that because that's stupid. And so
It is.
Agreed.
Yes.
I was scrolling through Facebook the other night. God, I feel bad about this. Like the more I think about it, the worse I feel. I
No,
was scrolling-
no regrets. No
I-
regrets.
no-
It's too late to
regrets.
stop now,
I
too.
was scrolling through Facebook the other night, and I come across this post on one of the GI Joe,
And then he put his
pages
pants back on.
that says, and then I put my pants back on. It says, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's a good price for a Tiger Force Duke?"
Oh, it's all on you.
It's all on me. I feel bad.
You
It's
worked
like,
this guy
what?
over.
No, he's like, "What's a good price for a Tiger Force Duke?"
Like 10
I'm
I'll just
seeing
give you
things
10.
all over the place, and because he's like, because there's one on eBay right now, complete for $25, and he posted a picture, and I was
Oh,
like,
you
shit,
fucking sniped
25. And so I go to eBay, buy it now.
You sniped
I,
it. No,
I
no.
did. I felt kind of bad, but like people were also going like the dude was being totally wishy-washy about it though. So credit to me for not giving a shit about the accessories, because like everyone was saying like, oh, in the pictures they're like, oh, those accessories, they look like they might be repro, or they look like they might be from a later version or whatever. The color looks off, blah blah blah. And in the pictures, yes, that was true. That was a very distinct possibility that the accessories for him were from a
Not
later
original.
release. They are indeed not from a later release. This is a 100% complete Tiger Force Duke that I got for $30 with like including shipping.
So,
So I feel
That
bad.
some dude found
so
it
you,
for you.
you shouldn't feel bad because that dude wasn't looking to buy one, was he? Didn't he have one that he was trying to sell?
No, he was
Okay.
probably going to buy this one,
Okay.
and so I feel a little
Then you
bad.
feel- a
Then,
little bad.
then it's his mistake for asking and then
In a
posting
group.
it
Sharing.
in a group.
And then he shared
About the
he
link,
didn't
with the link.
Yeah,
Oh,
he didn't-
bye now.
He didn't share the link. He just shared like a pic. He shared a cropped picture of it. But how hard is
Still.
it to go to eBay and search
Still.
Tiger
Yep.
Force Duke?
And then yeah,
And then
Yeah.
I
lowest
scrolled.
to highest. you know.
That's on him.
I scrolled like I scrolled maybe a third of the way down the page and found it. I was like, "Yep, buy it now." And so, yeah, so I totally just.
So then, did you go back to the group and like, hey, thanks for the heads up?
No.
On that.
Okay, now
Now
that's
that
and
would have
then,
been
and then a
addictive.
picture with you
Dunking.
next to it, like
he hasn't,
thumbs up.
he
like,
hasn't dunked on him yet.
I haven't. No, I thought about maybe being a big fat fucking liar and being like, oh, I feel so bad. I bought that one and then I just saw this post. That was a really good price. I feel bad, but
If it
Yeah.
wasn't you, it would have been someone else.
it would have been.
That's true.
Maybe the guy that was asking.
So did you offer him 25 for his?
He didn't have one for sale. He was
Oh.
looking for one.
Okay.
And
He was
I-
trying to find a good price.
It sounded like he was
No, he
wanting
was
to know how
trying-
much it was worth.
He
so
was
could
wanting
sell
to
one.
know if he was wanting to know
Uh,
if he was going to
'cause-
overpay at $25
okay.
bucks,
Right.
and I was just like, "Oh, that's $30 less than everyone's asking. I'm going to take
Then-
that now."
So he
So
was doing
awesome.
lazy research.
Basically, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's what you get.
he
Uh-huh.
wasn't a motivated
Put in
buyer.
the
Well,
work.
and that's the thing. Like, that's one of the saving graces for my conscience here is first of all,
Because we're
that
all assholes too. And it's fine.
yeah. So first of all, that. Second of all, I don't believe in karma anyway, so I don't really care
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Third of all,
Even on your ice cream, it's delicious.
yeah.
Oh,
And
it's
then
not.
and
okay.
then third of all,
But that is. Yeah.
how hard is it to click filter sold items
yeah, yeah, exactly.
and then go through and like, oh,
It's
this
on him.
complete one sold for 45. This one complete one
It's
sold
the
for
easiest thing to
65.
You should
Okay, 25 is a good price.
you
So-
should post the sold listing of it in that. It's like, well, I found this one for $25. That must be the selling price.
Yeah.
Or do a video on how to find cheap toys. Wait for someone
Just
to
scroll
message you.
through Facebook.
Step by step. Step
Yeah.
1: wait for someone to do all the work for you, and then snipe
Steal
it.
it.
Oh my god! I've been kind of
Hey,
feeling a
congrats.
little bad about
Yeah.
that.
Congrats. You gotta
You need
Not
to post
well
the sold
priced.
listing.
Yeah, you gotta post something about it.
It's like, hey, you should go and look at the sold listings, like
Yeah.
this one.
Random example.
Random example. This one that I just scored last week.
Pay no mind to the name of the buyer of that.
I think my eBay handle is Funny Big Hat.
Well, now
Perfect.
you-
Perfect.
Now we know who to.
Yeah. Now we know who to out. Funny Big Hat on eBay. Yeah.
Hey,
That's,
great story, Corey.
That's a throwback to the old like SNL Burt Reynolds, Norm Macdonald.
Oh,
yeah,
stuff.
that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, Elgin, you got some stuff like you always do.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
The first thing I have is this.
A new one.
Well,
Oh.
yes, sort of. It's another skeletal
Gold.
skull. It's golden, whatever reddish color that is, brown.
It's gold.
Golden brown.
I'm talking about this.
Oh, that.
The
Kind of
hood.
A little
purplish.
purple in there.
Purple.
Purple
Anyway,
brown.
he's got red eyes and he's got a gold face. So this is the Zodak Scuba Attack. I already have this.
Mega
so
Constructs. Little.
It's a Mega Constructs, a little skull set. They have like 5 of them. So I won this from collecting classics on
Yay.
Instagram. He was doing a live, and he's like, comment, and
I can do
I'll
that.
send you one of these things you can pick. And so I was like one of the only people commenting, and so he sent it to me for free. So shout out to
Aw.
Collecting Classics. I think his name is Ray.
Mr. Collecting
Mr.
Classics.
Collecting Classics on
Thank you,
Instagram.
sir.
He has a YouTube page now. He just hit 100 subscribers. So
Good
he just
job,
launched
man.
that
That's
and
awesome.
stuff. So I think I'm going to give it to Ethan because he was like, "Can I have that?"
That's a good reason. That's a good reason to do it.
And I already have one. And
Yeah.
I've already
Oh,
built
wow.
it, and it's a cool one. It's the Scuba Tech one is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he likes the
And he likes
building
Legos.
blocks
He
stuff.
likes building stuff. So yeah, I got that.
Legos.
At the corner
Yeah.
collectibles store, I found another Imperial Toys dinosaur.
Love it.
This is a teal,
It's a light gray blue.
that color.
Jeez, I would have said green. Nobody knows what color it is.
It's a big
blue.
Brachiosaurus. It's a big blue dinosaur,
Blue gray.
light blue and gray. Yeah,
The top's blue, bottom's gray.
yeah.
and
From
the
80,
feet.
85, it has the Imperial stamp on the bottom on his
There
on
it
his,
is.
on his tummy. There. So, yep.
I love seeing your collection.
another
grow.
one of another one. Throw it in the pile of other Imperial toys.
It looks happy.
Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
happy. He's kind of happy.
But Elgin found him.
Yeah, that I found him.
Is it weird that this is made out of dinosaur? Also,
It's true. It's made from some sort
Fun
of
fact.
petroleum.
Fun fact.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Right?
Yeah, recycled dinosaur. Let's see what's next. I got
Oh,
I got this giant Talon fighter from the CGI He-Man Masters of the Universe show.
dude, it's so
I
cool.
found this at Walmart in Altoona, I think. It shoots missiles. I don't want to shoot one now.
Okay,
but
good.
I shot one at Jason earlier.
Never
to
find it
show him.
again.
I
Yeah,
got it.
it has 3 under the wings on each side.
I mean, Corey's gonna shoot it. In
and
this
it
one
and it does
anyway.
it does fit Origin figures in there under the orange translucent cover there, shield cover, and it's got the orange translucent in it, and it's got all the yellow and purple.
But
and
dude,
white
it's
and
so
stuff.
true to the original.
But
That
it looks
beak and the-
yeah, it's
Oh.
it's a little flatter than the vintage Talon fighter, but it looks just like the show, which is kind of what matters more.
and all that translucent.
And the translucent
Oh,
purple
it's
on the feet and
beautiful.
the orange translucent. And it's a great looking vehicle that they've finally put out for,
so cool.
better than the other like little
The only
motorcycle
downside to that
vehicles.
is
It's huge.
that canopy hinge is gonna get
Yeah,
break.
it's a little. Yeah, it's a little.
It's gonna go.
So
Yeah.
how old is this?
It's new.
It's new.
That's brand new, brand spanking new right there. 2022.
That's awesome.
Although the hinge actually isn't clear plastic,
no, it's
Smart.
screwed in.
it's screwed onto it.
Yeah,
So that's actually a good design.
Yeah.
yeah. It's a great looking. I would
That
recommend.
looks cool.
I think it was 30 probably.
You could probably
That's
fit
cool.
classified scale GI Joes in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It fits Origin figures pretty well, so that's what I had in. I think when I took pictures of it, I had Man at Arms in it. And the video's on our YouTube page. Go to it if you want to check it out. It's on the
And kudos for Corey's restraint of not shooting.
I know.
there's buttons on the wings that you press down and it shoots out the middle one.
He must have not found the buttons.
Yeah.
I didn't look.
You didn't really look at it.
Thank
So I also have this other Mega Construct set. I'll set it up here.
This big, beautiful box.
It's the Powers of the Grayskull for the 40th anniversary. It was on Mattel Creations, and that I ordered in like July. And then I haven't put it together yet because I haven't had time or to do a video because I want to do a video of it. But it opens up, and I'll pass it around and stuff. Oh, it's not over there. But the front opens up, and the front artwork with the power sword is glow in the dark. All the little power electricity glows in the dark. And it kind of opens up as two sides of Castle Grayskull, and then you build the face of Castle Grayskull with the gate, and then it transforms Prince Adam into He-Man as its action feature. So all the pieces are in that box that Corey's holding, and then that sets back in there when you build the toy.
Nice.
Is this Mega
It's
Construct?
really
It's
cool.
Mega Constructs,
Awesome.
and
Where'd you find that? You
that was
say?
at Mattel Creations. So on their custom shop, basically.
That's gonna look awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. I just need to build it.
Yeah.
Just haven't had time.
But Elgin can't do anything.
I
Without
can't
a
do
video,
anything without doing
so
videos, so that's
we
Yeah.
appreciate
it's a
that.
crippling handicap I have now.
When you see his backlog, you will know.
Yeah. So then I also do for Motu Monday. I do videos for that for figures, and I'm on the Origin line right now. I've gone through all the other stuff, and these are like going back from like Christmas time. So that's how backlogged I am on doing videos. So I did the first one I did for the Origin was both He-Man and Skeletor. So they put out the vintage head sculpt in basically wave. I would call it 4.5 because it wasn't an actual wave. They just kind of put them out like, oh yeah, vintage head sculpts. So they did these two,
You know the thing we all wanted from the beginning.
which they should have done, yeah, from the beginning. And they did really one of the main differences is the swords that they did. I'll pass those along. They did a full power sword, which was great for both
Oh,
of
finally.
instead of the half, which the half was more vintage anyway.
Yeah.
So really, what they should have done is when the first release, which is up on the shelf there, which is what Corey's that he has that I have on the shelf, they have half power swords. So they should have put these in there, and then if they did vintage, then they could have done half power swords because that's technically more vintage.
So are these on the shelves now, or are they past? No, I mean like.
I think I
retail.
got those on Amazon
Oh, okay.
as a Christmas present. More
Okay.
likely, I've never seen them on the shelf. Never seen them in a
Dang.
while.
Same.
Those
So
look
he's,
awesome.
he's 9 months behind.
Yeah, I'm backlogged
okay.
on toys.
Well, they look cool as hell.
But these are the power swords.
Vintage. They
Like
look-
the full
Yeah,
power
I
sword.
mean that's what everybody wanted when
yeah.
like in 1983.
Right,
Like, this is
exactly.
what people wanted.
So you can the
That's
face of
awesome.
Skeletor is more of like this kind of smirk face that he does, as opposed to the one that's up there as his mouth is open, which I kind of actually like the mouth open because it's better for videos because it looks like he's talking.
Yeah.
But I've seen people where they swap heads. You know, he's like
And
talking, and
animate
then
it.
he's like, he said like a dirty joke, and then he's like smirking. They just cut to
Skeletor?
it.
Dirty
and-
joke.
Yeah. But I do wish they just would have had this head to start with, and
Yeah,
then
that was your
on wave
complaint.
one, that was because it looks like Prince Adam. It didn't look right. It still came with the shield and battle axe like normal, and then Skeletor with his haversack. And then the last Origin figure I just did was the Lord of Power Beast Man, which was what they originally were wanting to do with the characters. They had the line was supposed to be called Lords of Power or Lord of Power, but the connotation of Lord was too religious, so they changed it to Masters of the Universe instead. So this red Beast Man
Very red.
is all red. He doesn't. So he originally came with. So I bought the other Beast Man. This is the orange Beast Man is the original one, and this yellow harness with these like weird roots or horns coming up, and this like wrestler belt. That's what came with the red Beast Man. So the red one came with this yellow stuff, but I don't like how it looks at all. So I took regular Beastman's harness and his little shoulder pads and put it on red Beastman, because if you look at the very first comic books, he's all red. He's all red. He has a red harness. He has red everything. And so I wanted that look more than having.
The yellow looks better on the brighter orange anyway.
It does, and it does. And looking at this, I was like, I wish these little arm things came off so he wouldn't be yellow at all and just have like regular red
Look at
arms.
you, kit bashing. Throwback
like,
to the last
like
episode.
literally, as soon as I took it out of as soon as I got done with the video,
You knew you were doing it.
and I was like, this looks. I'm like, this. I don't like how this looks. Let's see how this looks. I'm like, well, it looks way better. Looks
But on the brighter one, the
I really
gem,
like the
like
colors.
the blue gem and stuff.
Oh.
It actually matches his,
Yeah.
his shorts.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, and like to me,
Better.
like the brighter colored one is classic Beastman
It
sort
is.
of look anyway, and it just I like the look. These look awesome. I
Yeah.
love the head sculpt on this red one.
yeah, the Lord of
He
Power
looks,
one.
yeah,
LP.
he looks cool as hell.
He's pissed.
But yeah, there's
So you got to buy them both, Corey, to get.
yeah, I know.
So you
I
just
some
need-
Beastmen.
The other thing about that LOP
Beastman.
Beastman is he didn't come with a whip.
Oh.
No idea why.
Boo.
Every Beastman I've ever seen has come with a whip, including Loyal Subjects, including Mega Constructs,
thing.
including literally every Beastman.
You
I've
should
seen.
write to Mattel and be like, "Hey,
This one didn't
my Origins
I
Beastman
said
didn't
my
come with
Wave
a whip,"
1 didn't come with a whip.
and
just
then
gave
have
it
them
to that.
have them send you an extra, and then you have one for your
Yeah. Yeah, I
for
should.
your
I should.
LOL Beastman or whatever.
Laugh out loud, Beastman.
Yeah, that's it.
Because his mouth is open. That's why he's laughing out loud. I didn't bring that other trap job because it was for that play rate review, but I did that and put the review in. So my
Sweet.
free toy.
Yes.
Anyway, that's all I got.
All right, Spudamus.
I got stuff.
Yay.
Well, Jason and I are fighting over this still.
Still fighting.
So Corey found
Corey wants a bloodbath, but he doesn't. He's not getting it.
Corey found a flocked panther for like
Use your
$9.
swords to fight with.
$9.
I also found the Masterverse
around.
Battle
I
Cat
didn't
for
see it.
$9. I didn't bring him because everybody's seen the Flocked and the Masterverse Panther and
Let me get a drink while
and
that's getting passed
Battle
around.
Cat. But yeah, those were $9 on clearance at my Walmart, and I was like, all right, why not?
Yeah.
So I
That's-
got one for
that's a good-
myself, and I
definitely
got
good
one
price.
for Spooty and Jason to battle over.
Battle Cat.
Jason-
I do have a
And then-
Skeletor collection. I'm just
Jason's
saying.
being all nice and be like, "No, I don't want it." And
You could take
Spooty's
one
like,
of the
"You-
Skeletors
do
out
you
and
want
put it
it?
on there."
If you
Yeah.
want it, and Jason's like, "No."
I mean,
So-
I already paid Corey for it.
No,
So it's,
that
you know.
happened so fast. I wasn't
Yeah.
ready.
And then I got the Legacy Velocitron BDF 500. I hate the names so bad.
It's awesome.
Diaclone Universe Clampdown, which Jason had like the last.
Ah, but he's
episode,
so cool.
or-
Just like the Clash song.
This also just got these when I got here, so like they're still all in the box. Then I got the Studio Series 84 Bumblebee movie Ironhide, which looks pretty sweet. I don't know yet because it's still in the box.
Iron Hide.
I did like the Brawn and the Wheeljack from that series.
Yeah.
But,
I just got the Braun from GameStop. It was
yeah.
$10. It
Nice.
was 50% off sale.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I saw it, but I already had them. So,
Yeah.
and then from Transformers the movie, Studio Series 86 Perceptor.
Hell yeah. Love that figure. It's so great.
Yeah, and he
So
does
true
He
to the-
does the best thing too.
Microscope, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
What's
helps you
that?
with science.
I don't know. Let's get a closer look.
Perceptor, get in here. We need to see something up close.
Perceptor, what's this red mark on my butt? Look at it real close.
That's from
Haha.
it's an outtake from the movie.
Gotcha again. Every
Don't
time.
stop farting on me.
I never did look how much I paid for this, but
That's not good.
what?
That's not a good thing.
It wasn't much, but I
I
forgot.
just don't know anymore.
You asked earlier, and I
just buy and
I
I buy
forgot
and
to
I
look.
buy.
but I got the well, you have no idea.
I do.
So it's the 2018 reissue Ravage and Rumble, the Rumble Frenzy.
Baseball bats, rumble, rumble.
He was. I got him pretty cheap.
Yeah, little cassette tapes for sound.
$4
waves.
It was
that you just got.
$25
Oh,
with shipping. So
Oh, that's
$20
great.
with shipping.
I normally 40, 50 nowadays on the secondary.
Yeah.
At least, so that's great.
Yeah, I've been looking at
And,
those
yeah.
for a while.
Since you just got your Soundwave last.
I imagine
episode
that
or
if
two.
the card wasn't a little bit beat up, it probably would have been. Probably
It didn't
closer to-
mention a thing about it
Oh, really?
being beat up at all. So, and then I got a G1 Blitzwing,
With
which
weapons.
which I already had the weapons from. It came with some other stuff. His feet are a little loose, so he doesn't stand up so great, but
It's heavy.
he is heavy. He's got a lot of die cast.
Oh, stickers are still pretty good too.
Stickers are not bad.
Mine are roached.
And
that
it-
doesn't stay
and it
up on
has
anybody's.
yeah. Usually it's you
turret
can't
is
find it
falling
with
down.
the turret.
That goes with the Blitzwing you just got last episode.
Yeah. This one's
Sweet.
cooler.
Hey, that's not true.
It's accurate.
It's G1. It's got to be cooler, right?
That's not necessarily true.
Is that how it works?
I think it is how it works. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's cooler than G2, right?
So
Well, that's true.
he was $16.
Oh, steel for
Yeah.
such a great shape. He feels
That's
tight.
with shipping.
Other than
Yeah.
that foot.
Did you see it like in a group somewhere and then went to eBay?
No.
Did someone say, "Is this a good price?" And
Yeah.
you're like, "No, that's terrible. Stay away."
Terrible.
Buy now.
No, but I
I would have tried that next time.
look.
What a fucking dick.
And that's all I got.
Oh!
I mean, I have more stuff, but it's
Yeah.
it's somewhere else. So
No, that's good. We all brought a lot today. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I got some things. I went on a little walkabout with my friend Mel the other day in another town that she lives in, and walked into this secondhand store and talked this guy down on some toys he had in there. It's pretty great. Got this. I'd never seen this toddler turtles set from Playmates, but gosh dang, it's on card and they're just cute as heck. A Ninja Turtles set of 4. Why is it funny?
Toddler.
You just love that word. You've always loved that word.
Toddler turtles.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good at
Toddler
alliteration.
mutant. Toddler turtles.
It's in good shape, and I liked it. It looks good on the wall with the little bit of turtle stuff I got. And also in that store was this Rescue Bot Academy Mega
Tod-
Mighties 10-inch Optimus Prime.
Toddler Prime.
And they'll just put him in this cool pose. There's not much to him, just a little hip and shoulders and elbows and head. But he's big and beautiful,
Yeah.
really. He
So,
looks...
more articulation than vintage Star Wars.
That's true. But he looks cool, and I thought I could sell him to
he would look
Spoody
great on the.
on your Prime shelf.
Yeah.
I think so.
Before they were teenagers.
I'll trade
they
you
were
a Panther
toddlers.
for him. And then
I mean, I wouldn't pay $9.
So-
for
I got
this,
some
but surprisingly heavy.
Shattered Glass stuff come in. I got this Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus, and Ultra Magnus. This character, this Shattered Glass. I don't know if you guys know about the Shattered Glass
Yeah.
series in Transformers. It's kind of like
I do.
opposite. So all the bad guys are good guys, and all the good guys are bad guys.
Oh, is that the thing?
Bizarro.
It's a Bizarro universe,
Gotcha.
really.
I didn't really.
And
Think
on
about
this
it, I
version
guess.
of Ultra Magnus, he has this skull face head normally. That's really cool with kind of these big winged ear things and stuff. But when they did the Shattered Glass figure, they did them in the color scheme of Delta Magnus, the Diaclone version. The big powered convoy version colors where the cab's blue, and the greatest thing they did was they put in a Delta Magnus head, from that original Diaclone look. So this was like instant buy because I'm just really loving all the Diaclone stuff now. It's just so great and cool, and he is pretty neat and awesome, and I like him a lot. Oh, and here's the skull face head.
So that just pops in.
Yep, it's a ball joint on top there, and it popped
But
out
that is
pretty easy.
the Kingdom mold, yeah. Or is it?
Yes,
different?
it's the Kingdom mold,
Yeah,
not
which
the,
is pretty good.
more superior one. In my Kingdom mold, I got a third-party set of like gap fillers and leg extenders that really kind of put them in a better scale. I might try to see if they got one in those colors, but. And then speaking of Shattered Glass, oh, you know me, and I like my music, and Blaster is a Shattered Glass figure, and his colors are great, and so and fun, and all the repaints they've done of Blaster over the years, I've always loved and been very jealous of. So like, I just couldn't let this guy go by, and he comes with a version of Rewind, different colors, same kind of translucent, but it went with red this time, and it's neat little things. But yeah, really, really cool. Like I've never been a Shatterglass guy, and I don't really care. I know you got one, maybe Blur, like.
Yeah.
And does it scare you?
Pops. I didn't expect it to pop open like
Yeah,
that.
tapes are going to come out and attack you if you ain't careful.
Does the tape fit in there?
It does when transformed. He has to be okay. I too got the Studio Series 86 movie Perceptor.
Cool.
Freaking beautiful. I just love him. He transforms great and just kind of like the old ways, and great colors.
Box now.
And he looks good, and I love him. Whoop.
Sorry.
And then lastly, I got the Studio Series Bumblebee movie RC. And I don't know. I did post a picture of my RC collection the other day. It's not that I was ever like purposely collecting RC, but you just look up and you're like, oh crap, I got almost 10 of these things. But but she's always been great because there ain't a lot of girls in Transformers, and so I just always been supportive of that, and just really thought it was cool, dynamic, and then just as a romantic, it's fun to have Transformers go on dates when you're playing and stuff. So it's nice to have some girls. That's a little too far, but
Need some oil, I guess.
Yeah.
Some lube.
WD-40.
yeah, that's what I got. And
Cool.
so to let's kick off our topic of pack-in comics. Like we said up top, a lot of toy lines will do that because not every toy line necessarily got to have cartoons, and then when they did or didn't, a comic book coming along with your toy was a great way to introduce some fiction, which I always, I just think is so important to these toys and our level of attachment with them. Just your Tonka trucks and that stuff was great, but you're just like, I don't know, it just brings you in so much more getting to have a story to give you some direction, so
some backstory to the characters.
yeah, it really helps fill in them things, give you a head start on your playtime. And so the Shattered Glass, I don't know if they always did it, but in these last couple waves in the last couple years, they've been releasing a comic book along with each toy. And there's 4 or 5 in each wave, and this is 1 and 2 of the second wave, Ultra Magnus and Blaster. And it's great. I haven't opened these yet, obviously, I listen to a podcast that basically reads them and talks through them, so I get to hear the story, but like the Shattered Glass universe, there isn't going to be a cartoon for it.
There is nothing better than listening to someone read comics.
Oh, I drive a lot, so it's not a problem. But no, it's not as
It's
good.
Like book
no.
on tape. Yeah.
Yes, right.
In this
no.
next panel,
The pictures are
Megatron is
great.
red and standing
never-
They
next
don't do it
It's
like
more
that.
like just
They're reading a story.
the story of the whole book.
Yeah.
But knowing that Shattered Glass will never have
Sure.
a cartoon, and it's such a unique idea, the flipped universe, like to have like a cool story of seeing Optimus be a dickhead and like Starscream or Megatron being awesome, which is kind of cool. But
So, like in Shattered Glass universe, like Megatron must be trying to be really extra helpful. I mean, Starscream must be trying to be really extra helpful to Megatron. Since
Yeah.
he's like totally
Starscream's
undermining him 100% of the
freaking
time.
awesome. Yeah.
He's like, can I get you more coffee? How about a foot massage?
Maybe I'll just keep going, or do you
I
want to
can
take a
go, I
turn?
can go.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think most people know that, hopefully know, that Motu stuff, the original vintage Motu stuff, came with a comic book.
Very-
Came with a mini comic.
You have to
Yeah.
know that.
They did that because there wasn't a TV show,
Yep.
and they wanted some sort of backstory. So they made a comic book, and then they're like, well, kids can't read, basically, is what they said. And then they needed to make a
Right.
cartoon show. So I do have some vintage mini comics. These are the only ones I have. I have the Ordeal of Manny Faces, King of the Snake Men. That's the Secret Liquid of Life, if you know what I mean. Double-Edged Sword and Dragon's Gift. So these are all vintage with cross-sell in the
snap.
back and everything, and of ones I've gotten from figures and or just at toy stores and things like that. But those are. But I have the big omnibus as well.
I wondered if you'd even bring it.
I didn't bring it
but
because I wanted to
so
talk about the actual thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to just a collection of them, so you can actually see the scale. They fit inside the packs. The He-Man's only 5.5 inch, so they have to be smaller comics as well. But they're fully illustrated and have a great story, and just help expand the universe of Masters of the Universe.
Every
And
time
then-
you open one, I'm like, is he going to cut the comic book in half? What's he doing?
Well, there's in the video there's one. I'll get to so the origin. When they did the origin line, they continued with the mini comic, which was great because
So great.
it needed to have the kind of the
Vibe.
sameness of it. They're doing origin, so however, in each wave of origin, like wave 1, wave 2, they would have the same comic book. So I literally have
5 of
I have 6 of the same comic book.
for wave
Now,
one.
in the vintage one, every figure had a different comic book that related to that figure, but each wave in Origin has the exact same comic book. So I have like 6 of Beast Barrage, which is great, I guess. And then
And they're all standalone stories, though, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then so I only have one Dimensional Doom because I only have one from Wave 2, which was probably
Boo.
I don't know who it was.
Got the Triclops.
I don't have Triclops. 1, 2, 3. I have 5. I have 5 Sucker Punches from
You
Wave
have-
3. I think
You have enough of these that you could
I could.
frame
I could.
frame them.
I've
with
thought
the
about
story
that.
Yep.
I've thought about that.
like this.
And there's Sucker Punch. I have a bunch of those, and I have a bunch of Double Trouble. I think that's probably the Orko wave. I'm guessing because Orko's on the front.
Yep.
And then the
Orko.
battle armor one. I have a bunch of those. They like I said, each wave is their own, and then Horde Plague with Mosquitor.
Pretty
That
much the same
wave.
size, aren't they?
Yeah, and then Under Siege, not the movie, not the Steven Seagal movie, but and then Sneak Attack and Challenge of Jitsu and then the ones that came with the Mattel Creation stuff, so like the Wondar figure and the Keldor figure, have their own specific comic book, which I thought was great. And there's no cross sell on the back of those, unlike all the
Right.
other ones have a cross sell, which is actually awesome that they have their own and they're not part of a wave, so that you can spoil it for if you're reading them, continuously for stuff. The one. Like, those are all great, and it's great that they have those comics in them and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But when they did the Masters of the WWE Universe, and they also decided to do a comic book, these comics are, even though some of them are like they're barely a comic. It's like 2-page, and then at the very end, they just stopped doing them.
So it's just a leaflet.
It's just a picture and then their
Aw.
stats. But when they first started doing like the first 7 waves, it was great because every character had a different comic book, just like the vintage, and everyone was so specific to the character of like I'm trying to find the one that's Mr. T. But like each and the artwork. Okay, so find that King of Snake Men. Grab this one. So when they put out, so this is the vintage King of the Snake Men. When they came out with Jake the Snake,
They did it. Yep. God dang it.
Nice.
They did everything right in that toy line.
yeah, it's so
Yeah,
they did.
eerily close to the vintage one. And when they
Yeah.
have, him talking about like Snake Pit and everything, but where's the? I'm trying to think. I'm
Gosh
trying to
dang.
find the Mr. T one because that one not only talks about like. Here it is. I gotta take this off because it has. Oh, this is Roddy Piper. Because that one's like talks about the Piper's Pit as well, which was a segment that he had on WWF Wrestling.
Yeah.
If I can find it here, maybe.
It's no.
I'm like flipping through like a million comics. It seems like.
If anybody's wondering that, and you're not watching the video right now, what's happening is
There
dead
it is.
air.
I found it. I was looking through all my comics. So this is so Mr. T is the heroic pitier of fools. So he's already they've already started out strong. And like his superstar power is that he can forge any weapon out of solid gold, much like his chains. And his superhuman pity ability. Now his foreign objects are a magical golden gauntlets, because at one time he was a boxer and had the golden gloves. So it's a call back to that. But a magical golden gauntlets, Gibber and Jabber are his gauntlets. Because he has Fisto's hand and Jitsu's hand, basically.
Yeah.
Mr. T forges his latest weapon when he receives a call from an immortal ally. And it says, "I pity the fool who interrupts me when I'm working at the golden forge." And then the voice from the back is like, "Well, let me tell you something, brother. WW Attorney is in real trouble. I need you by my side to battle a new menace. And you can count on it." And he's like, "I knew I could count on you, brother. Meet me outside. What you gonna do?" And then he says, "Enough with the jibber jabber." But then he's like running out and is like has a scared look in his eyes. And he's pointing up and says, "I ain't getting in no Talon fighter." So a direct reference to A-Team.
Yeah.
Of him being scared of getting on planes. So it's like every one of these that they did has references back to their wrestling and like it's like everything. It's so
The
great.
truest crossover of all time.
I'm
It's
just
so
trying
much
to-
superior than like even the story of that.
Insane.
I'm just still trying to figure out what a superhuman pity power looks like.
You don't want to know.
Yeah. And he even says it when he's fighting Piper. He's like, "Enough jibber jabber, Piper. I pity the fool." And then he smacks an axe at him and says,
So
"Don't
good.
don't throw rocks at a man with a battle axe," which is a direct reference to throwing rocks with a machine gun.
Yeah.
So it's like it's all the references to all the wrestling stuff merged in with Motu stuff, but in a comic book, it was like the perfect thing that
So
they
some
did.
giant nerds wrote that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, nerds. I just wish they would have done it for the last two waves because they just kind of gave
Yeah.
up.
and then did 10 more waves.
No, then they stopped.
I know.
Yeah. And then they didn't even do a full wave for the last wave. But the wrestling ones are great. The origin ones they're great as well. I just wish they were different for each character. But
Right.
But the
they
original,
still come with one.
the original Motu are legendary.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably the
Big.
the
yeah.
best example of pack-in comics. that-
And why they are great.
yeah.
Yeah. And they're long. Like the vintage ones are fairly long. I
Yeah,
believe.
several pages.
I can't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in there somewhere.
Well, I learned today that G.I. Joe did some comics with stuff.
Yeah, but they weren't very good. Moving on.
Come on. You always say that. Teach me. Tell me
no,
about
I
it.
genuinely don't know if they were any good because I've never read one. I have one in my collection, and it's the Valor versus Venom pack with Shrunken Head Scarlet and Green Pants Snake Eyes and Tracker
Alright.
Quinn. And I think I'm probably wrong, and someone can correct me. Nobody ever does, but if they do,
Yeah,
if they
what's
want,
with that?
If they want to
Yeah.
correct me, sure, write us.
No
And,
real hate mail yet. It's
Yeah.
really been great for me.
Break out the
Um,
typewriter.
I think there were 3 sets, of the 3-pack comics, but there might have been 4. I don't know. I have the figures from one set that I don't have the comic for, and it's the set that has Cobra Commander, Baroness, which I think is called
Alright.
Chameleon in that set, but I don't remember, and then Cobra Soldier Trooper, whatever. But yeah, I've there's a few out there. There's some 2-packs that have some comic books in them too, but this is all stuff from like the 2000s. There wasn't anything that came with comic books in the original waves that I'm aware of. The all of the paperwork that we got were file cards, which
That's a form.
It's a form of it
For
and,
sure.
and it was cool because you got to
Gave
have
you a little story. To
it gave
fill
you
in
a
some gaps.
background. It gave you the history of the character, like a brief history of the character, like where they came from and what their military background was. It gives you their rank, and it gives you like a little blurb about something about their personality. So it helped. It definitely helped with play.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
when we were kids, being able to read those bios and that stuff. But like, I mean, for me, it was always about the cartoon, and I've still maybe read 2 or 3 issues of the total comic run, and I know they're like way better than the cartoon stories, and they're like way more brutal, and a lot more goes on. But yeah, there wasn't any besides that. There wasn't any pack-in comic type anything. Like the most paperwork we got was the blueprints and sticker sheets in
That's
the
cool, though.
vehicles. Which the blueprints are cool. I have them like hanging up on the backs of some shelves where I have some stuff displayed and but yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned the file card though. It's not the same, but it is the same in the way that it gives you some fiction.
Yeah.
That's great. I remember that now. And
But I mean there's not really.
Good night, Corey.
I just don't care.
Yes.
It's so boring.
Yeah, no, I don't
guys
care what any of you guys
know
are
any other
saying.
toy lines that did it?
Did
Oh, the alternation toy line.
Those new ones you just
the
got?
new ones that
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
just
yeah,
got.
yeah,
They
yeah,
also
yeah.
ended up putting comic. I didn't bring it with it because I only
Really?
had the 2. But yeah, they have a comic book in them too.
Fucking cool.
Maybe they'll send me some when they send me
Oh,
those
that's
other
your
things.
promotion.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently I'm
Did
promoting. them.
Thundercats do anything like that? I don't remember.
Shit,
I don't remember
don't
they
think
did.
so.
I don't think they did.
I don't know if Voltron did or not either. I mean, they all had comics. of
Or
some
your
sort,
DC
but,
and Marvel stuff obviously did.
Yeah.
Well, not with
They
the
did.
toys.
Turtles didn't. They just had a file. The back card was like
Yep.
this long thing of alliteration of, whatever letter they're on that day.
Yeah. Masters of the Universe definitely is the best example and did it the best and did it right for practically ever. I don't know, like they didn't do that with any of the
They didn't do
2000X
them with
stuff or
2000X.
any of that
And
kind
I
of.
don't think New Adventure had it.
And the
in there
Revelation
either.
stuff didn't have it,
And Revelation doesn't. Yeah.
but
Well, Transformers did it again. I brought a couple. I got a bunch of these.
now, did those come with figures or did they?
Yeah, I should have brought. I have a few on card
Okay,
still that have it basically behind the figure.
okay.
But the Generations line, they did it for the Thrilling 30. A lot of the Thrilling 30 was just a wave of Generations that they really went back and did a lot of really cool figures. And, they put little comics out with it. Here's one for Orion Pax. Here's one for Megatron. But, yeah, all the toys came with a comic based on the toy. And it was a really neat thing. It was a nice big box like that, and I should have brought a on card one. But yeah, I got maybe a dozen or 20 of them, and I don't know, it's cool. It's weird. There's even like an Armada Starscream, but he was a toy that was released in this line, so it's like a line within a line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't really read a lot of them yet, but so
The art looks cool though.
yeah, and it's a lot more modern too, and
Yeah.
it's the only other time I know Transformers did it. But
I know that I loved, like, when I was a kid, I do remember going over to friends' houses who had the Motu stuff and reading that stuff. And I've definitely read more Motu mini comics than any of the G.I. Joe comics.
yeah,
Now, when I was a kid, my parents still kept all my Motu figures.
Yeah.
And kind of what Kickstarted, we've talked about it before, but thinking back as a kid, I don't remember
The comic
any of
at
the mini
all.
comics at all. Either I opened the toy and literally probably
Threw
threw it away,
Yeah.
give me the plastic.
but I don't remember them at all. And I would have had at least like 30 of them.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
see, I clipped and saved all of my file cards as a kid. Like,
Hell
they
yeah.
were in a
I didn't
they
even
were in a
save stuff for
shoebox
Turtles.
Yeah.
I mean,
Transformers
like
had file
the pizza
cards
points
too,
or
and
whatever.
we didn't really save those.
Yeah.
I saved flag points and sent those into Hasbro for
Still waiting.
no.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I got some mail and stuff. I think I got my first Duke and my first Cobra Commander and Refrigerator Perry and a Steel Brigade and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Those are all send in this many flag points and however $3 for shipping and handling, and then you wait 6 weeks.
Well, all right. Like we mentioned before, we're not experts, so I'm sure we missed some stuff. Definitely leave us
Really a
some
lot of
comments about some other toy lines that left some pack-in comics, and we'd love to hear about them, and that'd be great. But for right now, we're going to take a quick break and tell you about our podcast network. It's pretty cool. Listen.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
And we are back. Well, you know that store that you really love that's really cool and awesome? Well, it's going to take us there.
All right, today's store we're going to is called Mike's Vintage Toys at 508 East 5th Street in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, we've been there many times.
How did we miss
so
it?
many times. Well,
He thinks he
so
remembers.
the last time we went to Dayton, we played at Blind Bob's, and that weird psych band played there, and with the egg.
Space Camaro?
Yes, the Ooh La La's, I believe
Yeah.
is the name of the
They had a
band.
song called Space Camaro.
Space
that was really
Camaro.
They were cool.
Yeah, they were very cool and very interesting.
They
and
fit with
everything.
us pretty well.
And I think we got there late.
Yeah.
And then you guys, by you guys, I mean Jason and Corey, possibly.
Oh, you're just not owning up to this.
I
It was
didn't.
definitely
I
you
was
and
talking.
me.
I was
I
talking
don't
to
know.
my wife Amanda on the phone.
Right. As a responsible
Yeah,
husband.
exactly. And you guys went to the sex shop that was
Yeah.
down the street.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's how he
yeah.
remembers.
And so yeah, and then the next day morning we woke up and probably went to Indianapolis to go to the Toy Pit and Kokomo Toys
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that, and eat that giant burger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
at
the
Bubs,
burger.
at Bubs. So we just didn't go to it, but
Did we,
we
know
should.
it was there?
We may not have known.
Right,
it
I'd
was
much
there.
rather went to the toy store than
Yeah,
the
we may.
adult
We
toy
may.
store.
Yeah, we may not have known it was
Yeah.
there at the time.
I wonder
If it was there.
Yeah, I was
in the
going to
fact.
say, I wonder how long he's been open. And
But
maybe it
he's
wasn't
got-
there. But,
From
yeah.
looking at his Instagram page, which we're following, and online, he has a lot of vintage stuff, like just tons of vintage things. You know, Motu, Turtles, Star Wars, Joe, like everything. It's just lots of vintage stuff. Hence the name, like
Yeah.
Vintage Toys. It definitely has that vintage vibe to it, and stuff just like piled up, not like crazy piled of like a junk store, but like full of vintage
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
So,
exciting.
Definitely a place to check out. That's Mike's Vintage Toys at 508 East 5th Street in Dayton, Ohio, which is on the west side of Ohio. If you're looking at Ohio,
That's our favorite side.
yeah,
I'm
the
just
west
kidding.
side,
We like all of it.
west, near the border-ish.
Awesome.
Oh,
Let's go there next time we're in town.
Yes.
All right, up next, we're going to hear from you guys. What's our favorite thing? And also, Corey, it's Talking Toys.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Corey.
Hey there, Jason. You want to sit on my lap?
No, sir.
Um,
Popsicles?
So we scoured the internet. We
Uh-huh.
combed through the many
We're known for doing our work here.
responses
Yeah.
that we got to
Putting
this
in the work.
question
So
about
many.
how you feel about pack-in comics, and we picked the most vague one to read. This is we decided we're just going to go with one today.
Just
to keep
one
it
today?
short. Yeah.
Yeah. Had to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Strand said about this question about pack-in comics. Do you like them? Do you think they're canon? Do you even know what they are? Because I didn't. We didn't cover that part. When we said what are we
Hey, let's
talking
do
about in
this,
the
and
next
you-
episode, and Jason's like pack-in comics. I'm like, what the fuck is a pack-in comic? What does that mean? And now I know. And
That's what I
it's
always
like, oh,
heard it
okay. Well, I
called.
have some. I've just never heard that term before. Anyway. So Jeff Strand, he says I like him. He says,
There is more, guys. There is more.
especially love the first 4 because they had more of the fantasy element. I wouldn't consider them as canon because they ignored their own stories as they went, like Silver Age DC. They take me back as much as the toys do. I have the trade that reprints all of them. Totally worth the investment. I am assuming he's talking about Motu. But I don't know because he doesn't actually specify which toy line he's talking about. So
Yeah, I'm not the first 4.
yeah,
I have the first 4, like the first
first
first 4 that came out
Yeah,
out of like the 70 some.
I don't know. So Jeff, great comment. Thank you for contributing.
Thanks,
Yeah,
and
you made the segment.
You did. And for everyone else that is just on the edge of their seat and clamoring for this information, the seller on Mercari that does the 3D printed His turrets, which you can go to Mercari and you can search His turret upgrade and it'll pop up with his page. But his username is VBPD. That's Victor Bravo Papa Dingleberry. Dongle. Dangle. VBPD453 is his Mercari handle.
Easy to remember.
Yeah.
Easy.
He also like I said, he does like 3 different His turret upgrades, but he also does some cool upgrades to the top cannon for the APC. He does some attachments for the wings on some dragonflies, which those will fit any of the vintage missiles like the Sky Striker or anything else. And he also does reproduction skids for the Skyhawk, which I know you guys don't know what that is, but the listeners will, and they'll know that they're always broken. And for $10, you can get a 3D printed one from Mercari, and they look great. This is the only thing I've bought from him for so far, but I plan to buy more because his stuff it's killer. It's really, really good stuff. They're like $25 to $30 for the His turret stuff, and then cheaper for everything else. So anyway, that's me. I'm done.
Cool. Well, before we go today, I just wanted to mention a couple of different ways y'all who are watching or listening can help support the show. There's cool things like 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We love those.
Yeah.
Spooty will even sing a song.
What?
Yeah. If you leave a
Not a good
5-star
one.
review. No, but he'll do it, and we all want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you don't have Apple Podcasts or the internet, one of the coolest things you can do is just tell a friend. Tell a friend about the podcast that you like listening
if
to.
they don't have the internet.
Well, tell the friend that has internet.
Right.
Okay.
No, this is on the AM radio, like
and then they can.
all. But if you do have the internet, one last thing you could do is go to patreon.com/cracktasticplastic, and it's a really fun way. You can sign up, just a small little monthly fee, and you can get some really cool perks, and that really helps support us a lot. Helps keep the lights on
And
all
finally, you can message any one of us for our private PayPal or Cash App or anything else and just send us money.
that. Okay.
Or ask for our addresses and send us free toys. These are all ways you can support us.
That's true. We do
We have Amazon lists.
wish lists
Oh,
on
that's
the website.
true. Yeah, we do on our website. We all
They're
have
updated.
Amazon wish lists that I think I need to update.
Yes. Let's go do that right now. Maybe we'll get those wish lists updated. But thanks
Did you
everyone
push the
for
bye-bye
listening.
button?
Oh yeah, you hear that? It's time to go.
Okay.
Update some
Big
stuff.
clock on the wall says it's
Thanks
time
everybody
to go.
for watching and listening. We appreciate it. Bye bye.
Toodaloo.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.